Have you ever been told to never give up? That if you just try hard enough, grind long enough, believe strong enough, everything will work out? What if I told you that's not always true? Sometimes not giving up destroys you more than walking away ever would. But society doesn't want you to hear that. We're raised on a dangerous idea that quitting is failure, that surrender is shame, that stopping means you're weak. And so what do? We stay in relationships that are breaking us, in jobs that drain our soul, in battles we've already lost, because admitting it feels like betrayal. We romanticize endurance. Look how much pain they endured, as if that's the goal, to survive what should have never been tolerated in the first place. But here's a hard truth. Sometimes quitting is how you win. Yes, read that again. Sometimes quitting is the most powerful, honest, and courageous decision you can make. Because staying in the wrong fight doesn't make you brave. It makes you stuck. And being stuck slowly kills your fire. But maybe you're thinking, I can't just give up. People are counting on me. What will they say if I stop? I've invested so much already. Let me ask you this. Would you rather spend 5 more years climbing a ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall? There's a name for that, the sunk cost trap. You stay not because it makes sense, but because you've already spent too much time there. You confuse time invested with purpose. But time wasted doesn't become meaningful just because you kept wasting more. Think about that. Let's flip the question. What if never giving up is actually what's holding you back? What if letting go of the plan, the path, the person is what sets you free? Let's be honest. You're not staying because you love it. You're staying because you're afraid of what comes next, the unknown, the judgment, the silence. But here's the thing. Growth lives on the other side of surrender. It's not giving up on everything. It's giving up on what's not for you. And sometimes the only way to move forward is to drop the dead weight you've been dragging for years. But the world doesn't teach us how to do that, does it? It teaches us to endure, to push through, to smile while bleeding. And it punishes those who dare to choose peace over pressure. But I'll tell you what no one else will. There is strength in choosing yourself. There is power in walking away. There is clarity in the quiet that follows. You don't need to prove your worth by burning out. You don't need to validate your struggle by making it endless. You are allowed to change direction. You are allowed to say, this is not for me anymore. You are allowed to start over, not because you failed, but because you've grown. And if someone calls that weakness, smile, because you've just found someone who's still stuck trying to impress the wrong people. Let's stop pretending that staying is always brave. Sometimes staying is the easy way out because it means you don't have to face the storm of change. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is to stop, to step back, to breathe, and to ask, who am I doing this for? Because if the answer isn't you, you've already abandoned yourself. And maybe, just maybe, you don't need more motivation, you need permission. Permission to quit what's killing your joy, to release what's not aligned with your soul, to stop being loyal to the version of you that others expect and start being loyal to the one that's screaming inside for air. Let this be your reminder. Not every ending is a failure. Some endings are freedom in disguise. You are not your job. You are not your relationship. You are not your title, your habits, your past. You are the one who gets to choose what stays and what goes. So if you're carrying something too heavy, if it's stealing your peace, draining your light, silencing your spark, maybe it's time to let go. Not because you're weak, but because you're finally strong enough to stop pretending. And if no one else tells you this today, I will. You don't have to stay. You're allowed to walk away. And sometimes, that's exactly where your new beginning starts.
Think about it. Okay.